OnlyFans has literally ruined our generation, boys. I don't know what better way to put it. In 2026, pretty much every girl is selling box, every girl that can. And that's the thing. The women who can't sell box, the women who aren't that pretty or attractive, who don't have nice bodies, will say it's not like this. They'll try and pretend like that's not the case, but that is 100% the case, you know. I knew girls in high school who were trying to sell box. Some of the nicest girls I went to high school with are now making OnlyFans. They're selling box. Like, I'm talking about the nerdiest chicks. You know, there were a couple of girls in my neighborhood even. I was shocked that they were like that. I thought they were good girls. I thought they were nerds. And then they're telling me they got 20 bodies. They're asking me to do a bunch of crazy stuff, sending me a bunch of pictures. Like, I was shocked at some of these girls, man. They really know how to hide it. Because me, I don't give a shit. For men, it's different. We don't really have to hide it like that. But, I mean, I guess the world's quote unquote evolving. I think it's evolving because it should be shame for women. Because it's so easy for them to rack up bodies, especially when they're young. That's why all these religions pushed saving yourself for marriage and stuff. It was so that they would be happy in a long-term relationship, and now that's just not the case. I mean, relationships are pretty much over with. Like, what are you gonna do? Wife up a chick with 45 bodies? By the time you get to her, man, she been passed around. These chicks are trying to do crazy stuff younger and younger. Then it's getting out of control, to be honest, man. Like I said, some of the sweetest, nicest girls, who I thought were the most innocent girls, have done crazy stuff, man. Absolutely crazy stuff, and they want to brag about it. That's the thing. They want to brag about it to all their friends. They want to brag about it to dudes. When girls tell me crazy stuff like that, I don't get how they don't understand. That's a turnoff for guys. We do not want to hear all the crazy stuff you've done. Unless if it's with us. We don't want to hear about you having three ways with other dudes. We don't want to hear about all the shit you put in your mouth. It's pretty annoying, actually. And the other thing is, every woman nowadays thinks they're going to become some influencer, some OnlyFans model. It's absolutely out of control. Like, I don't understand how they think we're supposed to want to wife them up. Or I don't think a lot of these girls want to get married. I don't think a lot of them want kids. And that's fine, but it's just crazy to me that they call that empowerment. They call that. Another thing is, these women want double standards, right? This whole equal rights movement, everything going on with that, it's not about equal rights. We've had equal rights this whole time. They want double standards that benefit them and put men down. And it's getting crazy out here. I'm seeing girls walk around with their nipples out, like, wearing pretty much nothing, especially in the summer down here. It's getting kind of ridiculous. If a dude did that, man, they would all call us weirdos. But they can just dress as promiscuous as possible, show as much as possible. That's what I don't get. How's it sexual assault if a man flashes something, yet women can literally walk around naked? It makes no sense. That's just one of these double standards I'm talking about. You know, another thing is about these double standards. I've talked to multiple different women now who have claimed they got quote unquote graped when they were 13, when they were 14, when they were 15, when they were 16 by like a 20-year-old or something. And then I ask them, why would you meet up with that guy? How do you find him? They tell me, I found him on Snapchat. I'd say, why do you meet up with him? And why do you let him do that? And they said, multiple women now have said he knew how to lay it down better than the guys in my grade. So that's just crazy to me that they can consent to this and then play the victim part. And they can do that not just when they're younger. They can do that when they're 20 years old. They can do that when they're 35. They can fully consent to a guy, meet up with them, then they get to decide after the fact if they liked it or not. So I see why men are opting out of relationships. I can see why men are opting out of dating. You know, the governments are just giving women way too much power. They should not be able to decide after the fact if they liked it or not. Like, if they're meeting up with a guy, if they're there, if they're consenting, if they don't say no, I don't get how that's great. I mean, a lot of these chicks are lying. They know they can. They know they can. If you say one wrong thing to her, she doesn't like that you didn't buy her flowers or something stupid, she can just claim you raped her, I guess. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's complete nonsense, but that's America. That's America. And the crazy part about this is some of these women are extremely toxic. You see, they will seek out a man. They'll hit the guy up first. They'll meet up with the guy, make plans, do everything, and then they will claim that they were taken advantage of. I mean, it's getting out of control. How much leverage they have, how much the legal system just believes them, believes their word. It's absolute nonsense. Like I said before. And I think women who lie like that should be punished because they're out here ruining dudes' lives intentionally. Like I said, they plan all this stuff out. Some of them, I don't think all of them go in with bad intent. However, a lot of them, they know they have that double standard. They know if you do one thing wrong, they can claim they got raped. That's why don't listen to these women who complain about incels, say all this stuff. It's like, dude, if this was the 1950s, this was the 1980s, none of us would be incels. None of us would have a problem finding a chick, having sexual activity. It's just the laws have not only made it too risky, they've made it too hard to be a man. I don't know how else better to put it.